What is up, my friends? Jesse here with Just Man Sports Cards. Gonna do a Michael Jordan video comparing two cards, the Warp Speed and the High Risers. Here's the Warp Speed. Gorgeous card in hand. These are much more beautiful in hand than just online. It's hard to capture. And then the High Riser. It's also a shiny Jordan. It's also hard to tell because these buildings are kind of hard to see, but it's also a gorgeous card. They're both very prone to chipping, surface issues on the front. What I've done is I've came over to Card Ladder, and they have a compare section, and then I toss the 4 cards in. I did the PSA 8, PSA 9 of both cards. These are 2 cards I've looked pretty heavily at, but doing it side by side, and I'll fully reveal my positions in both the cards. PSA 9 for the Warp Speed. Over 2 years, you can see it's down about 40%. Pop is 182. I think it's due to the pops just continue to grow pretty high. Same on the 8. But then opposite of for the high risers have done well over the last 2 years. They've actually increased in value, and I mean they had a lower starting point, so there was nothing too crazy in there. I mean, there's this one kind of crazy sale, but look at the pop. That's something I definitely wanted to look at. The pop is about a third on the PSA 9, and then on the 8 it's like 4 times less. And then if you look at the last sold, almost double, and then maybe not quite double here. So I think there's something here. Look wise, I give the slight advantage to the Warp Speed, but I really do like the High Riser, and I have 2 PSA 9 Jordans. I bought it right at I think right here. Yeah, it was around Christmas time. I bought 2 copies. I think like one for $410 and one for $430 or something like that. So that's my position on the PSA 9s. I have 2 of the 8s. The 8s I got in at like 160, 170. The 9s of the high risers, I've graded these myself. So I have 3 9s I've graded myself, and then the 8s I have 3 or 4, and then raw wise I probably have 10 more copies that I could send in. So my position's a lot higher here if you include the raw. I mean the 9s I did spend a decent amount, and then what you can also do, and I think is important, is, and what's cool on here is you can go to the pop report on Card Ladder, and then they show you the growth. So April, right there, 156. So there's been 30 cards, so about almost 3 a month. That's quite a bit to come to market, especially on a, this is the 9, right? Yeah, it's just a lot. The one tricky thing is you do have to hit this X. It's just a lot to come to the market, and I think that's why the price has been suppressed. And then on the high riser 67, you can go down here, and then a year ago, about 10, 11 copies. It's 1 per month, so big difference. And yeah, so I'm into this. Other things I've thought through. This is also, this is not investment advice. It's just me kind of geeking out on cards and trying to decide where I want to put money on, what cards I want to put money in. Is those back pages on YouTube, it always reminds you got to think about the year and the wax. So also another push I think for the high risers. It's 96. It's Kobe's year. These cards came in Series 2. The 1 per 36 packs. Come over here. Another thing is it's a 15 card set. So they take 15 boxes, which is nuts to think about. And then here, another thing I like about Card Ladder is when you do sales, it includes other auction houses. Heritage, this is 2 boxes, so you can say that's 500, 600 a box. Golden, it sold for $840. This one was 500, best offer. So not many. You're looking at like in 2021, a decent amount of these sold. For a decent amount. And then you can come over to the actual open market on eBay. There's one at 1,000, and then there's one at auction with 8 days left. And then you compare that to the warp speed. It says 1 per 48, but watching videos and stuff, it seems more like 1 in 36. It's also in, it's actually Series 1 is the warp speed that you're going to look for the Jordan is 1 through 6, and then in Series 2 they kind of changed the look over to here. So it takes you 6 boxes, and then come over to here. I've actually bought one of these boxes. I think I bought mine for $90. It was quite a while ago. I think it was not this Christmas, but the Christmas before that. I bought it for myself, opened it up. I didn't record it. The cards are sticky. It is a fun rip. Worth this, I don't know. I guess if you hit the Jordan, it's a clean copy. And then you can go over to the open market. So if you're like both of them, so there's even more here too. So that tells you another thing. So I think the important thing to also remember here is it's the pull rate is essentially the same, but there's only 6, and then over here there's 15. So you have to pull. It's like twice as hard to pull the high riser. So those are all kind of the things that I've thought about in making my decisions of what cards I want to buy. I love them both. I own them both, but I've gone harder into the high risers as a long-term hold. I think there's just more room for growth, and they're rare cards. So that's everything I had. If you enjoyed the Card Ladder data, there's an affiliate link down below. I'll probably also put some eBay affiliate links. The thing that I appreciate the most is if you haven't subscribed to the channel, definitely subscribe. Mostly 90s cards. Almost always some sort of Jordan in my weekly pickups that I do. And then I think that's everything I have. It's thumbs up if you liked it, and if you didn't, then just tell me why you didn't like it. So what card are you guys going with? What's your favorite? You tell me. Anyways, hope everyone's doing well, and I'll catch you later.